Hamilton, who had 30 points, the only player in double figures for Detroit in the last.
Early on in my career is you better be good if you step out there, because nobody really.
That's to the detriment of New Jersey.
Tayshaun Prince, who Larry Brown said wanted to get off early in the fourth game, and Hamilton getting by, feeding Ben Wallace. Phillips, and now single coverage on Ben Wallace going up, and well played. Ben Wallace, who a question on offense is Tayshaun Prince, who was also one of the three players who were talking about, and he has not been effective. Here is the drive to the basket, and Ben Wallace. So three of the
in defensive teams, but right now we're 6-7 minutes into the game, and both teams have only missed one shot.
That'll change. Turnover, and Ben Wallace leaving it for Phillips. Phillips driving it.
For years, if I wasn't allowed to flop.
You were a flop artist at the first degree.
Oh,
Terry Kittles with a high arcing shot, and Ben Wallace scoreless in 4.5 minutes. Ben Wallace going up, and that doesn't drop. So the Pistons in a big drive. His 7th year with New Jersey. And a 15-0 run here has left the crowd silent, and the Pistons with something that they have to.
That's a terrible pass, but you got to live with those. And we talked with Lawrence Frank about that. Jason has 3 or 4 of those a game.
And even the layup by Ben Wallace doesn't have a move. Well, they said nothing was really wrong as Rodney Rogers from outside. That's his specialty.
Did his minutes, but he could give them very big minutes tonight if he gets a little confidence.
He had 8 points, second high to Rip Hamilton as Jefferson misses a reverse.
Yeah, he has the savvy on the court enough to create something out of it. Detroit doesn't have that person out there right now to be able to run.
At the Meadowlands, coming in with a lot of energy of his own, and now Martin working against Ben Wallace, beats him to the basket, and it's retaken away by Lucius Harris behind the Kittles, who recovers. Harris finally, and how many layups did the Nets have a chance to make?
And how in the world? There's 4 Pistons down there and 2.
It's very obvious the Pistons are in a funk right now, and it's a mental thing. This is when you need a pick-me-up kind of player out there. They don't have that one guy that just takes over and uses his individual ability.
He was clearly on the line, but I believe clearly he was not on the line now, but they've taken a point away.
Well, they don't have a second guess. 4-point lead for the Nets, and here's Jefferson shooting over Williamson, and that time the quarters. Pistons by 1, and a steal by Ben Wallace. He's got Prince, and Kittles gets it back with great anticipation. And nearly
number 5 on that team, too.
And Prince guarding Kittles, finding the open spaces, and the rebound by Wallace, and that will end the first half. But I like that triple couple, and I'm glad you had a chance to use it.
Yeah.
So Kidd, ball loose. Collins has it rejected, but right into him on that
teardrop. No, that was all Jason.
Way to go. Double team Wallace from Hamilton, who has 8 assists. So the point guard right now seems to be Rip Hamilton, John.
Well, 6 baskets, which give you a chance to recover.
And Coach, isn't that just a crazy way, an awful way to start the half defensively, just ridiculous.
Sir Jefferson is third, and there you see hobbling around, trying to make it go is Rasheed Wallace. You know, he had a great comment, Rex. He said, you know, in April, guarded by Kittles, and that defensive change in the 3rd game of the series, a big factor in the Nets coming back, as Ben Wallace, Kenyon Martin, Jason Kidd, who sets people up. This is good balance on this team.
Very good balance.
Well, Prince going up, and it's blocked.
In the technical there, he very demonstrative.
Inside, and Martin has stuffed us.
That was smothered chicken right there.
And there is Wallace. And the lob will bring out the fan. Ben Wallace now. And the Nets up again by 1. Collins and Wallace feeding Rip Hamilton. Martin for Kittles. Kittles has all day and is off the mark from 3-point range. And here comes Detroit.
But no, I think that Detroit really needs to take advantage of the size, strength, and length they have inside.
Here's Kittles and Kenyon Martin working in and spinning his move inside, and the rebound by Prince. Get back.
And that's Prince's value, being able to dribble the ball. The guards don't have to come back for it.
And Wallace blocked by Kenyon Martin. With him, with Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, and Rasheed Wallace. And there is Phillips hitting from the corner, and that's a three-point basket.
You taking bad shots and them being able to get out and run, or them getting steals.
And Jason Kidd missing from the good. They're on the road, being outplayed right now, and yet they lead. Wallace has it stripped away. Fight out of bounds. Last touch by the.
He's into the game.
He knows I love that defense.
I know it.
And Kidd really having his troubles from the field tonight. Full shot of this third quarter. Rodney Rogers all the way goes up.
That was a foul.
Here as we start the fourth quarter. One of these teams will survive in this game and take the 3-2 lead as Ben Wallace is fouled going in. The Pistons with Mehmet Okur now into the game.
Brown's at his best. Coming after timeouts, late game situations, getting special. He draws up a play.
No, it goes back to his days at Dean Smith in North Carolina. He says, I don't like the games because I worry too much. You would know, John. Here is Aaron Williams. From the corner missing, the Nets have missed their last. Kidd with a brilliant timed block on Mike James. And Kenyon Martin at the other end misses. That would have been a big. James defending against Kidd. Ben Wallace is on Kenyon Martin. Martin tries to force the pass inside. And they're going to call.
Nobody's done that so far in the East.
And New Jersey was first in the Atlantic Division. Detroit was second in the Central behind Indiana. But the Pistons have home court advantage over the. And Ben Wallace, 1 out of 2. And that's
important in terms of doing foolish things with your offense and turning it over.
Look how Detroit is extending their defense right here.
And there's no Jason Kidd in the game. I'd be extending my defense too.
Probably see a little traps also.
And the reach-in foul against Ben Wallace. Only the second team foul against Detroit and only the second personal against Ben.
Detroit needs to be kind of careful here. That's we're even. But we should keep an eye on the Steve right here because this is the worst time in the world for that injury that he's got.
Ben Wallace draws the foul. Jason Collins called for the personal, and Ben will go to the line to shoot 2. And Ben Wallace so far in the game.
A lot of players, when they get upset, still focus on the officials and don't play hard. He made 2 great hustle plays after.
To Ben Wallace underneath the bucket.
Rodney Rogers comes in. Jason Collins goes out with 5. 1 out of 2 for Ben Wallace.
Attacking the glass very much so.
And that's what he did when he scored 30 in Game 3. Great speed. Hamilton to Ben Wallace. Rip Hamilton is having a great game with Tennessee.
Get Rip Hamilton on the back screen and then get him coming off to where he can shoot the ball and make a play just like that.
And Harris goes up, the shot blocked, and now the foul called. And Rashid has to walk away from the play. He is not the victim of the foul. Ben Wallace is with his 3rd, but now that's the 4th team foul against Detroit.
No, he's not the victim of the foul. But as you see here, this is the call that the former defensive player of the year has to get going for himself. That's a tough call to go against a great defensive player like Ben Wallace on a midget guard.
Totally agree with you. I know you use that with your players many times at Georgetown.
That's a walk.
Traveling called against Jefferson. You're right. Long 3 by Phillips. And the foul called. And a 50% free throw shooter for Detroit. There are many ways to skin a cat. Wallace misses both free throws.
Ruffins goes 30 feet from the back.
And here's Martin playing with 5 fouls against Ben Wallace. Wallace with the block jump ball.
That's smothered chicken right there. Smothered chicken. Woo! I think Ben Wallace thought he was going to get called for a foul here for a second. But just great defense. Got Kenyon Martin all the way behind the goal. Quick jumping guys.
Tip controlled by Phillips. Phillips foul. And hit in the face. There is Williams at the free throw line. Martin tips it in. No basket. Offensive foul. New Jersey.
Kenyon Martin stopped play. Kenyon Martin out with 2:29 to go.
Wallace barely hit the rim. Their leading scorer and the main man of the big 3 now on the bench.
He's on the bench, and Richard Jefferson has got to step up. He's looked very reluctant the last 2 times. Basket with Jason Kidd leading the way.
Against Phillips. Kidd with the fall away. And the ball snared away by Ben Wallace. Pistons can take the lead. Three, and they have just under 3 seconds to do it. Here's Chauncey Billups. Here it is. He's got it. He's got it. Chauncey Billups hits the three.
And Andrews out there watching. He's an ISTP brain type.
And here is Scalabrine fouling Ben Wallace, who makes the basket. And a chance to open up a 3-point lead. He's had a terrific game, but he has struggled at the line. Only 4 of 11 to go along with 16 points and 11 rebounds. Now 4 of 12.
Pointed Jason in the post.
Jefferson foul. And a chance to give the Nets to open up a 5-point lead, but this was the tiebreaker at this point.
Scalabrine to Jason, and who's guarding Richard Hamilton? Tayshaun Prince has got to close out a little bit better on Tayshaun, get a hand in his face.
Ben Wallace is fouled out of the game. So the plot thickens now as Wallace fouls out with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and replaced by Corliss Williamson. So the Pistons go with this small round. Here's Billups. Billups again. Short. And we go to a second overtime. Here for
the game. They probably will try to penetrate.
Lucius Harris inbounds to Scalabrine. Back to Kittles. Missing the shot. And Scalabrine.
What a game. What a game.
A game for the ages.
Brian, people dream